Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Monroe, man, with Break Diving, and we've got another Break Diving Divers Code event today, where we're going to go over three more of the tenets of our awesome code. Today we're going to be going over 10, 11, and 12. And those are, I ask for help, I broaden my horizons, and I just see winners. I'm joined today by Ruth Azabuero Ruth, are you in Nigeria?
Yes, I am.
Ruth in Nigeria, and Ileana, who's in Egypt, was trying to join, but she's been having funny internet connection recently. So it may just be us to get started, Ruth. Maybe just the two of us, but who needs anyone else, right? I don't know if she heard what I was saying. Anyway, so these three that we were talking about in the chat room earlier, I ask for help, I broaden my horizons, I just see winners. I think we were talking about this one the last, and the fact that I think it takes a very strong person to recognize that you are sad, but even more strong of a person to be brave enough to tell other people that you're feeling bad and that you need some help or that you're having trouble with something. And I was telling Ileana that maybe 15, 20 years ago, I had this idea that I had to come across to everybody as Superman, and so much to an extent that people actually called me Superman, because I never got depressed. I was never upset, and I just made things happen, and people thought there was something special and unique about me. But the truth was that I was just hiding the fact that I was often sad and lonely and depressed at times and discouraged. And in the last 10 years or whatever, I've just let my guard down, and people don't look at me anymore as this superhuman guy. And so maybe I've lost some cachet in their eyes, but I also realize my life is a lot less exhausting when I can just be who I am and not have to pretend all the time to be somebody who's not human. And I think that's what I like about breakdiving so much, is that I feel very comfortable. That's what you mentioned, Ruth. You have to be
Yes.
able to not only share, but you have to share it to the right people when you're struggling. And I'm excited because everybody here in breakdiving, because of the community, because of the way that we are, I know that I can share how I feel without any criticism and judgment from people here. What are your thoughts on this one here about I ask for help on what I'm just saying? Ruth?
He said, sorry, what did he say?
We were just talking about number 10, I ask for help. What does that mean to you?
Okay. Well, just like you've said, it's very much okay to ask for help from people when you're feeling low, when you're feeling down, when you feel like you don't know your direction anymore, or you have a problem that's so weighing you down, and you just need someone to talk to at that moment. So
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to share your problems with the person beside you, if you know that that person can actually understand your problems and can actually lift your spirit up. Not someone that you will share your problem with and then the person will just bring up pitiable ideas that will make you feel worse than you already feel. So I believe in sharing my problems with friends, genuine friends, with family that can actually support you. So I believe it's okay to share your problem with people. And just like break diving, it makes me to be super excited because you can actually say things the exact way you feel them, unlike other social media platforms where when you talk it's as if that people were waiting for, to know your problem so they could criticize you, or so they could make you feel worse than you already feel. But here in breakdiving, you can share your problems. You can ask for help in any way, even the smallest of things, like acts of help. People will always come to help you. People will always give you the solution,
Mhm.
even when you're confused about something in the group and you ask questions. People will always come and answer your questions without feeling that, oh gosh, this person should know this, or this is too trivial, someone should know this, or something like that. So that's one very good thing about break diving.
Mhm. Yeah, I think echoing what you said right here, sharing the struggle results in a well-needed pick-me-up from others. And I often find is no matter how terrible I feel, if I can just share it with anyone, even if it's just praying to God, it's the act of getting it off your chest and just unburdening yourself, putting it into words often allows you to feel better about yourself and find some solutions. Ileana, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you're saying in hope.
I think
Go ahead.
Ruth made some great points. In break diving, you can ask people for help, and even if they don't like fully understand it, they still support you and try to give you good words of encouragement to get you through whatever it is that you're struggling with.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I'd urge both of you and anyone watching too, who's a member of breakdiving, to don't hold it in. There, it was very strange. As I said, years ago, when I always tried to be the Superman, all of a sudden, when I decided to say, you know what, I don't care what people think about me. I want to feel better. It's such a burden lifted, and I don't want anybody at breakdiving to feel that you have to pretend to be something that you're not because you're trying to impress somebody. And you don't have to impress anybody. We all love one another here. We're all trying to help one another. And the truth is, you'll probably progress more quickly if you enlist the help of other people. And I think that's what a lot of people think is, oh, I want to do it all by myself, or I don't want people to know that I couldn't do it on my. Well, who cares? What's more important about whether you get it done or that you did it all by yourself? To me, it just doesn't seem worth going through the emotional difficulty of
Oh,
holding it
and that's a lie too, because no one is self-made. We
in.
always have other people to help us, even if we're not alone, or even if we think we're alone. There's still someone who's there to help us, like understand or to get through things, to push us. Yeah.
Adding to what you said, and we may have talked about this earlier, and I'm sure we did at some point in one of these events. I always hear people saying, "Oh, I'm so proud of myself because I'm completely independent," and that you're not, because even if you live on your own in your own apartment and you pay for your own food, you're dependent on your job for money. You're dependent on the value of the dollar staying stable so that you can actually buy bread with your $5, and you're dependent on your health, or you can't go to work and make money and things like that. So that's a great point, Eliana, that I think people need to get. I think our ego is one of the biggest problems that causes one of like more problems than almost anything else in our lives is our ego. And we're so concerned what other people think of us. And if we could just put that to the side and in this case ask for help, I think it would be tremendously beneficial to us all. Let's move on to number 11 here. I broaden my horizons. So let me draw around that too. And Ruth, can you read that?
Okay, let me get the screen. It says, I broaden my horizons. I recognize that the more I learn about other languages, cultures, and histories through reading, education, interaction, and travel, the better I will understand the world and the better person I can become.
Excellent. This is in many ways what breakdiving is that it's part of our, again, it's right, it's part of our creed right here, is broadening our horizons. And I think it even goes beyond just about learning actual education, like learning languages, cultures, histories, etc. I also think the more you can get out of your own head and think and learn about other people and other people's problems, the easier it is for you to be a better version of yourself. Because I think we can't see the forest through the trees. And if we're always focused on ourselves, I don't think we're actually going to see as complete a picture as we would if we actually try to look at all the people around us and whatnot. And that's what we want to do as break divers, is try to understand everybody else and improve their lives as well as just trying to improve ours. Ileana, what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's important for us to understand other people, and it helps us understand ourselves at the same time. Like to understand what our convictions are, what our values are, and just knowing how other people live. It's so important because everyone has a different life than we do, and we all live together, even if we're not in the same town or city, but we still live on Earth. So it's important to understand everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Ruth, do you want to add?
Yeah, what you said, it's true, because you don't need to be stuck in your own life. You don't need to be stuck in your own head. You've got to you've got to find out how other people live, so you could interact, so you could flow, so you could be able to better yourself, and so you could be able to contribute in the society. Because if you are just within your own self, you don't want to interact with other people, then there's definitely no way you could impact in your society. And if you're living a life, you're living, and you can't like impact in where you are living, even in the smallest way, then I don't know how boring your life could be. So we've
Mm-hmm.
got to explore, we've got to get to know other values, so that when we are contributing, we can be able to strike a balance between ours and those people and the people around us, so we could contribute positively to their lives as well. That's what I think.
Excellent. Yes, I agree completely. And I can say for myself, I've become a better person because of break diving, and I understand the world better, and I have a lot more friends in countries I've never been to and didn't know a lot about. So I'm grateful to break diving for that. And let's take a look at number 12. Ileana, can you read this one?
Yeah, I just see winners. I don't see age, race, sex, nationality, or any other excuse. I just see break divers, lots of them, with no limitations, all pushing forward against impossible odds in pursuit of wonderful dreams. So to me, that means that like we treat everyone equally. We don't judge people based on things in their lives, like where they come from, what sex they are. Everyone is just a winner. That's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Ruth, do you want to add?
No, you
Well,
said it all.
she said it all.
Yes, we are all winners.
Good. Yeah, I'll jump off adding to that is that I'm a I don't like political correctness. You guys know that if you know me well enough. And I just don't like how the world is separating everybody into all these different categories and of age, race, sex, national. Like honestly, none of that matters. And I think we need to uh, like one of the things here in the US is like, can we stop talking Republican, Democrat, and just start talking about American? It's not many, like people aren't talking about American. And I want breakdiving to be the same thing where we're not talking about all these different groups. No, we're all break divers. and we're all winners. And yeah, we have different things that make us unique, but we're not different in that negative sense of the term. And I just see too many people, myself included, who use their race, age, sex, nationality, whatever, as the reason why something didn't happen. Certainly, that's a fact in some situations. Certain jobs you can only do if you're a certain age. You can't vote unless you're a certain age, and things like that. You can't be, work for NASA unless you're American. You can't be you can't have a French vineyard unless you're living in France, a genuine French vineyard type of thing. So of course there are limitations on the things that everybody can do, but it doesn't mean that we can't strive to make some of those impossible dreams we have come true. And I just find too many people they think of, because, and they listen to society saying, oh, you grew up in this neighborhood, in this country, and with these types of parents, and because of that, you can't do, but it's like, oh, come on. Don't listen to that. That should not be the reason why you didn't accomplish something, because you didn't even start, or because you didn't follow through with it because you gave up before you even tried. So that's what break diving is ultimately here. Is like we want to make everybody realize how important he or she is, and that we're all capable of doing some cool things. Any final thoughts on these three right here? 10, I asked for help, I broadened my horizons, just see winners. Okay, so what I want to do before we go is I want each of you to say something about each one of these three applying to your own life moving forward. I'll go first so you'll know what I'm talking about. So let me use the spotlight. For ask for help right here. As I said, whenever I'm feeling down, I'll always let you guys know here on break diving. And another way that I'll ask for help is I want to make sure that I finish my novel by the end of January. So just keep checking in with me and making sure that I stay accountable to that. For I broaden my horizons, I think this is also why I like doing the virtual vacations here on break diving, because I get to see these different countries and these different cities. And so I'm certainly going to be continuing to do that. And I just see winners is I'm going to work very, very hard this month to encourage many of our inactive members to come back, because I think they need somebody to remind them that they are winners. And if I can be that person to do that, to inspire them to believe more in themselves, then that would be wonderful. Ruth, how about you for number 10? Is Ruth, are you still here? All right, maybe we lost her. Ileana, are you there?
Hi. Yeah.
So
Sorry, my internet thing's slow.
that's okay. What's something you're going to ask for help for right now from us?
If I myself up, or if something bad happens, like I get rejected from a job or something, like my break diving friends can help me put things into perspective and show me the good parts of rejection. If there's good parts, maybe it wasn't the right job, maybe it showed me like new experiences or what I need to work on. Yeah.
But what are you going to do for the rest of this month? What's something you're actually asking for help for right now?
This month, I think this month something to work. I think being like accountability, I guess, because there's some times where I want to do something, but I get lazy, and or I get unmotivated, and just I needs a little push to keep going.
With
Yeah.
what in
Like,
particular?
well, like right now I have two University of the People classes that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So having, well, and you're in one of them. So having the motivation, like, hey, did you do this assignment yet, or how is it coming along? I had problems with this. Maybe you also had problems with this.
All right. So
That sort of thing.
I'll stay on top of you with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get one more class done. What about broadening your horizons? What are you going to be doing to broaden your horizons?
I'll keep talking to people on break diving and meeting new people, learning about other people. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's
And what about
broadening my
number
horizons.
12?
I will ask the people on break diving what they're doing, celebrate their accomplishments with them, um, empathize with their not failures but their mistrials,
Mm-hmm.
and help encourage them to see that they are winners, because not everyone feels that. Like sometimes they're like, "Oh, I'm a winner," or they just need a little help to help them lift themselves up. Because we all get down sometimes, so I guess that's part of, yeah. It's also part of like asking for help. So when people ask for help, I will help them.
Well said. Well said. So
Yeah.
I just want to briefly just remind everybody about these, and it's just you and me. I think Ruth got disconnected, but remember that we all want to help others, be nice to others, pursue your dreams, participate in the community, expand your horizons. We talked about that. Avoid using this as a dating site. Avoid lying, representation, avoid all blatant advertising. If you're going to engage in politics, do so politely. Avoid sexuality, avoid foul language, slurs, and off-color jokes. Don't share private information off the site, and use proper terms. So that's just a reminder for any of you who are in the community already. And I'm trying to think, how do I do my stop share? There's the stop share. Oh, Ruth is back. Ruth is about to go.
Welcome back.
Not quite. She's almost here.
Yeah.
Lag before when you accept someone, you know that, and then it takes another moment for it to connect to. Hey, Ruth,
Yeah.
you're.
Yeah, I was disconnected.
That's okay. That's okay. So we were just finalize. Actually, do you want to? Maybe you want to. Let's go back here, and I'll let you share too. We just went over what each one of us is going to do this month to. One second here. What's something what's in some way that you want to ask for help this month?
In break diving,
Just in life, what's something that you're asking for help with?
okay. Well, I have this course that I'm doing in school
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not really good at because it has to do with some calculations and I'm not really good at calculation. So I got to ask some of I had asked some of my my fellow scholars, and one of them has agreed to teach me the course very well because very soon, like the next fortnight from now, we are going to be taking an exam on the course. So I asked for help so that someone could teach me the course because I know it's much better to ask for help now than to leave it than to be shy about it and then enter the exam hall without knowing what to write. So
So
that is
what's
the area
something
of
what's
I
something you
ask.
can ask for help for right now? Move for the rest of the month. That's something you asked for help. What's something you're going to ask right now for help with?
uh I really don't have any in mind right now.
You don't need any help with anything in life? could be as simple as asking us to inspire you during the month, or keeping you positive, or even just checking in on how you did with your exam, your course, right?
Okay, I would love that. I would love that.
And what's some way that you're going to broaden your horizons this week?
This week, well, there is this writing challenge that I'm doing on Facebook. So by reading other people's write up and also contributing my own, I I I believe that I will, and I'm on it and broadening my horizon. So
Good.
people get to post their write up, both fiction, non-fiction, freelance writing, all that. So you get to read and comment and also post on your own. So that's it.
Excellent. And what's something you're going to do this week, this month, so that you just see winners? It could be about others, or it can be about yourself.
Okay. Well, about myself, I have to study harder, and also I have to, you know, I have to believe more in myself, especially when it comes to writing, because I write, though I don't know if to say I'm not so good yet, but I'm trying my best, and I've got to believe in myself. And then also about others, I'm learning how to stop criticizing people, stop judging people. Break diving has really taught me a lot about that, because before I was the kind of person that before I interact with you, or before I have any kind of relationship with you, I will first assess you maybe by your appearance, or by your character, or by your race, or by your religion, and all that. But day by day, I'm learning that all that is not really necessary for me to achieve something, for me to achieve a goal with you, or for me to be your colleague, or for me to work with you and maybe write something together, or be your friend. So I'm learning how to stop judging and
That's great. Awesome. Those are three awesome answers. And let me stop the share. So it's a good meeting. I hope that inspired both of you and inspired me to remind myself to not be afraid to ask for help from other people, reminding me to always try to go out of my comfort zone and try something new and do something different and unique. And for me to stop, not only, as you said, judging others, Ruth, but more importantly, stop judging myself. I think we all criticize ourselves more than we criticize others.
Yep, I totally agree.
And it's hard. It's hard to look at yourself objectively, but I think because we're living in our minds 24/7. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's so weird when other people tell you that, oh, you're so accomplished, oh, you're so intelligent. You think, oh, come on, give me a break. But because we find it so hard to believe sometimes the things that other people say about us.
I think that's something that ties into I just see winners is believe people when they say like good things about you.
Hmm.
And also like if someone tells you bad things, accept it and say thank you and then work on it.
That's one thing I always say. Whenever somebody gives you a compliment, you have to learn to say thank you, because the other person's not doing it just for the sake of doing it. You should appreciate their opinion, their high opinion of you, and uh, and then try to believe it and internalize it. And so, in closing, I think our mission, Eliana, Ruth got disconnected again, but that's all right. We need to look at ourselves as winners for this week. No matter what's going on in our lives, we are both winners. And We need to be proud of ourselves and proud of our accomplishments and proud of where we're headed. What do you think?
I completely agree. We are winners.
We are winners. That is the truth. We are winners. So awesome. Since I'm the only one with my camera on, I'm going to wave goodbye to everybody I was watching on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please share this if you made it to the end of the video. And become a member of Breakdiving at breakdiving.io. The link is in the description. Remember the Breakdiver's Creed: no rules, no excuses, no regrets. Bye.